Good afternoon, podcast listeners everywhere. Welcome to After the Bell, a Stunt Brothers production. I'm Martin Stubel.
And I'm Roy Hunt, and we share your pain, having taught a combined 70 years.
70 years?
I know, wow. So get out your marking, organize your supplies, or just pour yourself a coffee.
I think I need something stronger.
That's okay. And listen, engage, and interact with After the Bell, a podcast for you, the hardworking, dedicated teacher who wants free lesson plans, free advice, and a free meal.
Oh, I always show up for a free meal.
Hey, there you are.
Hey, what do you mean there I am?
Well, you're supposed to be here with me. We're supposed to be recording.
You're missing an action.
Yes, we're actually supposed to be together in North Vancouver, but I'm in St. Thomas, Ontario, and I have no idea where you are.
I'm in the dead center of British Columbia in Fort St. James right now.
All right.
And we're not attending our own podcast.
Well, I know.
Our attendance record is perfect. It's 100% since January 2025. We've been 100% on.
Well, that's better than my regular school record when I was a student.
And for a while, we were going, maybe we have Monday's episode coming up. We're in two separate parts of the country.
Yeah.
But I couldn't handle the thought of actually not keeping this record going. And this is episode 65.
Okay, yeah.
I did not want to let our listeners down, or myself down, or you down.
So this would be season 2, episode 35.
That's correct, right?
There you go.
And,
see, even though I'm far away and I'm not in the same room as you, I still know. I still know.
I'm glad to hear it. It's just going to be a short episode. I think we'll kind of, because we're busy with things right now, but we want to make sure episode 65 comes out. Maybe attendance is kind of the issue because we're missing an action. We're not really attending the podcast. And that's been in the news a lot lately.
Yes, it has. The big discussion is chronic absenteeism, and based on the idea that students are missing at least 10% of the year, and that's classed as chronic. So I believe there's about 180 days in a school year?
Right. Yeah, on average.
On average. So then you take 10% of that. That's averages out to about 2 days a month.
Yeah, and I think about 40% of students in Canada are having more than 10% absences.
Right.
And you're in the province where they're testing something out, right? There's some new law, I believe.
Well, yes, in Ontario, according to the Ministry of Education, teachers wanted to have solved the problem with chronic absenteeism. And so they've come up with a plan for high school students where I believe it's from grades 9 to 10, 15% of your
not to grade 12. Oh, starting in grade 9 and
starting
going
grade
up.
9, 10, 15% of your grade will be your attendance. And then up from 11 to 12, it'll be 10%. Of your mark will be made up from attendance and then for your report.
So I'm thinking there's all kinds of opinions on this, right?
There are a lot of opinions. I mean, and I know that the big discussion is, well, it's not that simple. It's not just, hey, what we'll do is we'll incentivize coming to school by giving students marks for attendance.
In the real world, when they go to work, they'd get fired. I bet that opinion is probably out there, right?
Right. Well, and then you get different ideas. There are a lot of mental health challenges that are surfacing in schools, and there aren't a lot of resources in supporting those students. So how does giving them a percentage for their grade help them because they're still suffering from mental health issues? And then I'm reading articles from parents who say, I have no problem with my child missing school. And a lot of these parents are saying, my child does very well in school. They'll say a straight A student or exceeding expectations. So it's easy for them in school. So I have no problem with them taking time off school.
I think this is a bit of an experiment in Ontario where maybe we'll see, maybe it will result in what we want, right? Maybe we'll get kids back, or maybe it's just going to make the problem worse. Like those that already have good reasons why they're not going, well, they're not going to suddenly go. That's kind of the question with this, right? And I know CBC has talked about it. It's been in the news. It's certainly a North American problem. It was a COVID problem, but it's continuing. That's why it's worthy of our further study. And it would be great, since the episode will come out in episode 66, where we'll fine-tune this in the Stunt Brothers way.
Yes.
Maybe we can get some opinion from teachers in terms of what they're seeing.
Love to hear from our listeners so that we can use their comments for making this podcast more connected to the views of our listeners. I'd really like to know, what are the biggest challenges for teachers in the classroom when they have inconsistent attendance with their students? What kind of a challenge is that? How do you work through that? Have you had to change your style of teaching?
I think people do, because if 10 to 20% are always away, you're always catching kids up. And that is a challenge, I guess, as a teacher, right? Yes. I know it was for me, for sure. And then, do you teach just general stuff because you have somehow, some we're missing? It's not easy, but I think we need to understand really, why is this happening? And is this the real way to kind of make it go away? And it might not be. It might work. Yes. See, Ontario, how you do.
It would be interesting. And what are some other solutions? I mean, I even read some comments where a parent said, well, it's because school's boring, and so you need to make it more interesting.
But it's that attention thing we've talked about. I think a lot of the things we've talked about in this podcast are kind of rooted in this, right? Yes. Is it screen time? Is it the analog classroom we're looking for? What is it? So we, in a future episode, are going to have students on, high school students on, a panel of high school students. This will be a great thing to ask them. Like, how do they feel about it?
Love to ask them about that.
And we have a lot of other guests coming on. We have the very well-known author, David A. Robertson. Right? He's an award-winning author.
I'm looking forward to that, yes.
We've got many other people coming, so exciting times ahead for future episodes that we will attend as the Stunt Brothers and not miss. We will not be missing an action.
We will not be absent.
We won't get deducted 10% or 15%, or whatever it is.
Well, because we did this episode, we still have perfect attendance. And that, for me, is really important. And so if we, two retired teachers, could find that perfect attendance is important, maybe we can just encourage and help students out there to want to have perfect attendance.
If nothing else, maybe we're failing in everything else, but if we're getting that 10% mark, 15% mark, I'm going to start with that and be happy with that.
I'll take 15% just for showing up.
Yeah, the product quality doesn't matter. I showed up.
That's right. I'm here and I'm breathing.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing you again back in our box in the studio where we record. Hopefully we'll be there for next week. And then we have another special guest, like I said, David A. Robertson, coming in the following week. And we'll be planning more episodes. So I'm glad we still connected. Episode 65 happened. It's a short one, but it's done. It's checked off that box.
It checked it off.
We did well. So
I got my 15%.
There you go. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Thanks, listeners. Stay in touch and let us know. Go to our Facebook page on After the Bell. Go to stuntbrothers.ca and give us your comments on this topic. We'll do some videos as well, where TikTok videos, where hopefully you can contribute your thoughts about attendance. Is it a problem at your school? Are you a student and you think this is a good idea? Are you a student and you think this is not a good idea? Parents, what do you think? We want to hear from everyone.
That would be great.
There you go. See you, everyone. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay fit. We'll see you next time on After the Bell.
Show up.
Yeah. If nothing else, at least show up.
This podcast is organic, taking shape with each episode. Building resiliency for teachers everywhere.
That sounds great.
And our website is stuntbrothers.ca.
That's stuntbrothers.ca.
We will chat again.
After the bell.